association was formed as a result of the residents coming together saying we have enough entities that sell alcohol in our neighborhood. And so they initiated a wet dry vote. And the vote was set forth that a certain part of the neighborhood is now dry. And so in doing that, that propelled just activity with the residents taking ownership of community initiatives. And so a group of us came into the Shawnee neighborhood knowing that the neighborhood was a medically underserved area, but we connected with the association leaders, showed them the data, and so then they moved forward to creating the Shawnee Christian Healthcare Center. And so the neighborhood transformation side of that is who I am. And everything that I do it in partnership with the Shawnee Neighborhood Association. So I actually have, I have a whole lot of bosses that tell me what to do. And so we are here because we had an opportunity to partner with the Louisville Metro Health Department on the Healthy Kids, Healthy Community initiatives. And so again, we are excited. When I think about creating a climate for youth advocacy, this was not intentional for us here in Shawnee. We just kind of walked into it. But we started out partnering with the residents and asking them what did they need, what did the community need to be healthy. And so you'll see, and I hope I'm not in your way. If I am, just tell me to move. That these are the top 4. So we had community dialogues strategically throughout the neighborhood, asking them, what do you need to be healthy? And so these are the top 4 that were across the board. We had dialogues in churches, we had dialogues with youth, we had dialogues with other community organizations. These are the top 4. So employment opportunities for youth. So we started there to address the issues for the community to be healthy. Again, our goal was to formulate, organize a healthcare center. But we started at the top with what the residents said was most important to them. And so we were able to receive a federal grant, the Weed and Seed Initiative, which is a crime prevention grant to weed out negative influences in neighborhoods and plant seed for positive. And so, again, we did not walk into this with creating a youth advocacy program. It was a summer employment opportunity. And so the grant was just to employ about 25 youth through the summer. So what would they do? Okay, well, we needed to get more information from residents about what they felt was important in their part of the neighborhood, and then also what would they be willing to get involved in. So we trained the youth to go door to door doing surveys, asked 7 questions. And so we did that through the summer. Very hot weather, rain some days. And so we took that data. From that data, that actually walked us into an opportunity where the Center for Health Equity, which is a part of the Louisville Metro Health and Wellness, and the creating, where we are here now, there's so many names that we've had an opportunity to partner, but we were able to do a walkability assessment. And so again, that provided more resources, more funding to keep the youth, even when school started back up. And so we went from Friday and Saturday work days. And again, keeping them out in the community. So now they're looking at the built environment as far as sidewalks, lighting, trees, street crossings, through the lens of health. And so we're educating them while we're getting them engaged in getting the information that we need. We're educating them. And in fact, we had to back up to some degree and begin teaching about health disparities so that while they were out in the community, they had a big picture of what they were looking at. That grant, that opportunity led to another opportunity, Convergence, partnership with the Prevention Institute. And so it also gave us the opportunity to go back to the roots of the neighborhood association, the forming of the neighborhood association, and looking at signage and alcohol signage in the community. And so, again, the youth were able to get out in the community and earn a little money, not a whole lot of money, maybe enough to pay a cell phone bill here and there, with the hope that we were also planting a seed. They had an opportunity to partner with the Louisville Metro Police Department in training in SEPTED. I remember going through a week-long training up in the Smoketown neighborhood, and then they expected me to come back and train some other people on using SEPTED as an environmental tool. So we were able to do that with our young people. And so here's a picture of one of our earlier youth advocates getting engaged with their local police officer. Here, you'll see we had an opportunity, Healthy Kids, Healthy Communities, and partnering with the YMCA in facilitating the Healthy and Healthy Corner Store initiative. So our youth advocates were able to stand outside the corner store. The Shawnee neighborhood, approximately 17,000 residents, with the Shawnee Market, which some of you all may have seen on the tour yesterday, being the only grocery store in the neighborhood. And so there are a lot of corner stores where residents are able to go in and purchase primarily unhealthy items. And so we were able to partner with the YMCA and again the health department in initiating the Healthy and the Harry's Corner Store, offering fresh produce and vegetables, fruit and vegetables for our residents. And Michael Williams, you'll see in the picture, and he's going to speak to you in a few minutes about some of the challenges that we had an opportunity to then become the produce manager for the Healthy and the Harry Corner Store in Shawnee. And so I've gone through this very quickly, I know, but these are some of the things that have led to our work in the Shawnee neighborhood. And so the youth, as we began educating them and continually educating them, one of the things that we heard over and over was, this is normal. It's always been this way. It's going to always be this way. And so as their understanding grew, they became more comfortable in their voice, that they could make a change. And so the presentation of all the assessments that they have done over the last 2.5 years came to a boiling point at an event, My Normal. And so it was a digital photo voice presentation highlighting the social determinants of health. And so we have addressed, through our youth advocacy work, we have addressed access to healthy food. We have addressed the built environment and its impact on health, crime prevention, and vacant and boarded properties, which we are now walking into with the next round of advocates. And so it has been one grand opportunity leading to another to be able to continue to employ youth while we educate them at the same time. I think it's crucial to say that the money was the hook, but there were some gaps in our funding processes, but our youth still showed up. Once they became comfortable in knowing that they could make a change and that this was not just a feel-good process, but some tangible changes could be seen. And so they were recognized at the HKHC Conference in 2011, and then Mayor Fisher has recognized them over and over again when he presents about community health initiatives in the Louisville area. And then Michael and one other student advocate presented last year in partnership with the health department at the obesity conference. Here's where we are now, addressing vacant boarded properties. This actually came out of one of our earlier assessments when we were working on the Convergence Partnership. We knew what we were addressing as far as signage, but we had one youth advocate that just would not let us move past vacant and boarded properties as far as being a hindrance to her health. And so now the current youth advocates have just completed a business plan. And so they will be partnering with local businesses in the neighborhood to provide a service for exterior maintenance, vacant and boarded properties. They're working with some local gardeners to get educated on planting and growing and maintaining the community gardens in the neighborhood for a fee. So they will get paid for their services while addressing the community issue. And I think that just about wraps up very quickly what we've done. Michael's going to talk about some of the challenges, and just keep in mind that this was not our plan.
Hello, how's everybody doing?
Hello. Good.
My name is Michael Williams, and I am actually one of the oldest and original Shiny Youth advocates in the program. And working with Ms. Monica over these last 3 to 4 years, it has been a lot of ups and downs, and just like the challenges that we've had to do. Getting youth is always hard, especially for community service first, especially in our neighborhood, because they see our building and our door, and it's like, oh, y'all narcs, y'all snitch to the police, stuff like that. And, you know, we really